divinely guided, peacefully, joyfully. I follow my inner guidance, peacefully, joyfully. I am divine.
There's a power within you. It lifts your life to its highest level. It brings success, companionship, happiness, health, and peace of mind. As you tap into this power, it will respond to you because this power is within you. And that's why spirituality rocks. Welcome to another fantastic episode. I'm your host, Dr. Janine Burns, and I teach practical spirituality. It's my intention with this show each week to bring you nationally renowned speakers and authors that will teach you and inspire you and empower you to awaken to the divinity within you so that you can expand your consciousness and learn specific skills for life mastery. In New Thought, we teach that there's one ultimate loving energy in the universe, this presence and power that expresses in you, through you, and as you. We believe that thoughts held in mind produce after their kind, and is that as you change your thinking, you will change your life. And so we teach that we co-create with God, and that we live in an abundant, unlimited universe, and that within you is all the wisdom and the power and the love needed to have a rewarding, productive, and peaceful life experience. I want to do a shout out to all my sisters, and that's sister and stars combined. Dr. Shahira, she was on our show recently, came up with that sisters, because I was at the Gold Rush Women's Conference this past weekend, and it was a spectacular event. It was really so exciting, so many speakers, it was just terrific. It's going to be next April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Mark your calendar and you'll hear more about it. And so, we have two guests with us today. In the studio, we have Dr. Michael Posner, who's going to be teaching us some Tai Chi. We're going to be talking about his book. And on Skype, we have with us Heather Harder. She received her PhD from Indiana University. She's an author, professional speaker. She's a political activist and a modern-day mystic. And she's just got so many, 25 years plus of working with Fortune 500 companies, educational institutes, and governmental agencies. So it's going to be interesting to speak with her because her topic doesn't seem to be in sync with that. And so let's bring her on. I hear a little, I'm going to call my sound engineer, Janine, and tell her I think we need to turn the Skype down on your end because I'm hearing little chicken sounds. So we'll see what you can do about that. But in the meantime, I would like to introduce to Spirituality Rocks, Heather Ann Harder. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's my joy to be with you.
Awesome. And so, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do. I did an overview, but tell us more.
Well, first of all, you talked about how it seemed unusual to have the Fortune 500 companies, the organizations I work with, and the topic of interdimensional communication. But most executives who reach the top will tell you the reason they've reached the top is because they've learned to trust their gut instinct. That gut wisdom is really what gives them the ability to trust and make wise decisions very quickly. And that's really sort of what I've done through my life, is I've always listened to the inner guidance, and that evolved over time to a real dialogue and discussion. we say spiritually that we're all one. Well, when we're of one mind, we're also able to communicate across those perceived differences and borders. And I've just learned how to traverse that very easily and teach others how to traverse that.
Okay. Oh, that's fascinating. So in New Thought, we teach there's one mind common to all, the mind of God. And so then you tap into this one mind.
Yes, and it's many aspects. Just as we're all part of the one God, we are all different living aspects and individuations of God. Well, those individuations on Earth are multiplied through the universes, so we have different kinds of beings. We have those in this dimension and those in other dimensions. And so once you learn how to communicate, it's sort of like how we've learned to tune in our radio, change channels and you pull in a different station, or tune in our TV, change channels and we pull in a different image on the screen. And so as you learn to train your mind, open your heart to that vibrational stream, then you can communicate with all kinds of different beings and all kinds of different life forms and all kinds of people who used to be alive and who choose not to be alive in the moment.
Wow. That's pretty remarkable. The name of the book that we're focusing on tonight, because you have many books, is Interdimensional Communication.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, in this world,
go ahead.
I said, this is the world of talking to ghost spirits, angels, and other dead people.
Right.
Medical science defines dead as anything that doesn't have a heartbeat, doesn't have a pulse, doesn't have a brain wave, and so all of these other beings don't have a physical body, therefore they fall into the dead category.
Okay, so you know that this does sound a little wackadoodle, a little ticky boom boom, as we say. And so, because I find this fascinating, that this and your traditional credentials, I mean, do you still teach at the university?
Yes.
And what exactly do
yes,
you
I do.
Tell me what you teach at the university.
I'm a professor of literacy and early childhood education for master's and doc students.
Oh, wow. And you yourself have a PhD.
I do have a PhD. And I think that's what gives me the credibility. Oftentimes we want to discount people who are sort of out on the limb and say, oh, they're just airy-fairy. But because I have very scientific credentials and have spent lots of time researching and looking at various statistical issues and very academic issues, it's harder to discount me as crazy.
Indeed it is. You are very well credentialed, so it is hard to discount you. So let me ask you this. Hollywood is giving a lot of attention to the topic of paranormal now. We see all those Harry Potter movies and I think Game of Thrones. I'm not really sure because I don't watch that. And why do you think the media attention now is focused upon these topics?
Well, as we have evolved and the planet keeps growing and changing consciousness, we become, the worlds that are separated become closer together. What they call the veil between life and death is thinning. And so we're able to transverse it much easier. And so we're becoming more aware of ghosts. We're becoming more aware of the paranormal. More people are psychically attuned. We're doing more energy healing. All those things are just sort of tapping into that greater energetic oneness.
And so, there's a validation in the background. I hear some barking.
I'm dog sitting.
I see. And so, how do you actually teach people this skill? Do you teach them to meditate, or how do you teach people this ability to speak with those on the other side, if you will?
Well, just as I teach children how to read, you start with the basics, and with that, the workshop is an 8-hour experience, and it really is an experience. So it's all done with exercises rather than me teaching you through dogmatic means. But we learn how to perceive energy, send energy, receive energy. We play with energy until we become fine-tuned in how to do that. Then we step it up then, and we begin to direct the energy and pull in the energy and then discern that. We learn how it feels. We have all been connected to our source since day one, but we haven't learned how to recognize our signals that when spirit is trying to talk to us, and spirit is the term I use for sort of everything that's not physical. It's just all the world of other things.
So you don't
But what happens is, if someone calls us, I recognize that on my cell phone I have one kind of ring. On my landline I have a different kind of ring. On Skype there's another kind of ring. I learned how to recognize those rings. Well, when Spirit calls me, I have a different kind of ring. Recognizing that ring is very important. We all get intuition. Intuition is the most basic. But when we step it up, we can also become direct communicator, what I call consciously communicating with other dimensions, just as easy as receiving intuition.
I see. And so, traditional Christianity, fundamental Christianity, does not believe in this idea with communicating with those, as I would say, who's on the other side. They believe that is, you're entertaining time with the devil. So how do you respond to that?
Well, first of all, we have over 400 brands of Christianity. And interestingly, not too long ago, the Catholic Church has actually acknowledged that not only do people exist after they die, but you can communicate with them. So the Catholic Church has actually sanctioned talking to the dead, which I thought was wonderful. But there are still many, many traditional versions of Christianity that say, when you're dead, you can't talk, and if something's talking to you, it's the devil. And that was actually said to me this past week. And I feel very sorry for them, because they read the Bible, we read the Bible, and the God of our knowing was very present in the lives and communicated. Well, that God is still very present in our lives, but we're not listening if we think it's not possible to communicate. And I think you lose a great opportunity by not being open to it. And so what I tell people when they bring this up is, let's pray to know truth. God answers prayers. So if I'm wrong, I want to know the truth, and if you're wrong, I think you want to know the truth. So that usually settles them down, is just pray to know truth.
And prayer always works, that we know for sure. Well, you know what, it's time for a commercial break, so I'm going to invite the viewing audience to stay tuned for more Heather Harder on Spirituality Rocks.
Thank you.
We're going to do a live commercial. Hi, I'm Renee Marie. I'm the president of Language of Love Incorporated Foundation. I'm really happy to tell you that we're going to be doing a Language of Love telethon on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please look for the location on my website, ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And the show will be hosted on the Madhouse TV. It really is important for you to be aware of strokes and aphasia. Strokes is the third leading cause of death in America, and the first leading cause of disability. And it really is something that plays no favoritism. And it also really comes when you're not expecting. Nobody expects to have a stroke, and nobody expects to suffer from aphasia. And it really does make a huge impact in your life and change your life in one split second. So we look forward to having everyone join us once again on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can follow us on ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. Once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And we look forward to seeing you. God bless.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do dogs chase cats?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do dogs chase cats?
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Welcome back to Spirituality Rocks. I'm your host, Janine Burns, and with another terrific episode of Spirituality Rocks, I'd like to remind you to please check us out on Facebook. If you go to Facebook, we have a group and a page called Spirituality Rocks. And also, if you know someone who'd like to be on the show, please let us know. Send us an email. If you go on to the website, www.spiritualityrocks.com, you can contact us through that. And we are catching up with people who have contacted us, and we're looking for more guests. So please let us know. All right, back to our guest. She is Heather Harder. She is a prolific author. She is a professor in Chicago. Her books are Exploring Life's Last Frontier, The World of Death, Dying, and Letting Go. Perfect Power in Consciousness, Seeking Truth Through the Subconscious and Superconscious Mind. Her other book is called Many Were Called, Few Were Chosen, The Story of Mother Earth and the Earth-Based Volunteers. And the book that we're looking at today is called Interdimensional Communication, The Art and Science of Talking to Ghost Spirits, Angels, and Other Dead People. Now, frankly, I have to tell you, when I read that title, I winced a little bit. Frankly, I don't like the word. I don't like the word dead. It just is a word that doesn't ring true to me. And you know, we're talking to this one and that one and on the other side, where I really think the focus needs to be on our own personal spiritual growth and development, creating a relationship with the power within you, doing spiritual homework and prayer and meditation and study. So with that in mind, I'd like to talk about your program. You do coaching, correct?
Correct.
Tell me about your coaching.
If you were playing football, you would have a coach on the side helping you see plays that you'd be doing, helping you recognize what you could be doing to up your game. The same thing in life. We can have our physical coaches, which is what I do as a life coach. I help people look at what they're doing and and find the ways that they can improve it in order to get better results in their life, whatever that is. I've coached people in opening new businesses and marketing their businesses. I've helped people coach how to find a better position within your corporation, find your voice and talk about those difficult things. With interdimensional communication, really what you're doing is opening yourself up to a spiritual coach who can also guide you in ways that are very possible. Everything in the universe right now is helping us grow and evolve spiritually, whether it be physical coaches or whether it be spiritual coaches. It's all destined for our growth and greatness.
Well, that's beautiful. Now that really resonates, because life is always for the greater expansion and expression of itself. So any ideas, any actions that we can take to further empower us and bring us further along on the spiritual pathway is, you can't get much better than that.
Absolutely.
So how does that work? Tell me more about your spiritual coaching. Do you have, how do you offer that? Do you have like 10 sessions? Do you have packages, or how does that work?
Generally, when people start, I look for a couple months commitment, because you can't do something instantly. And so we're looking at a 2 to 3 month commitment to start with. And then after that, they can do it at will. They set their goals. What is it that you want to do? If you don't know where you want to go, I can't help you get there. So it still is back down to what do you want to do in your life? How do you want to function in a bigger way? When my daughter was an ice skater professionally, she had coaches who could watch what she was doing and see how she could better land her spins and how to better land her jumps. Well, that's sort of what I do in a metaphorical way. I help people look at their life and say, okay, here's a place where you're twisting your ankle. We need to straighten that up. Here's a place where you're undermining your success. You mentioned, what we say being a very big part of what manifests in our life. But so many people undermine their own success by their own negativity without even realizing it. When they say things like something is eating me or something is bothering me, literally they're opening themselves up to a lot of challenge in life. When they say, well, I'm going to try and do that, the word try ensures failure. So I help people look at and tighten up their language, get clear in what they want, and then move forward in a very productive way to attain that. And thus far, I have to say that everyone who set goals and have coached with me have gotten what they want. That's I'm very proud of.
As well you should be. That's fantastic. Now, you also take people on what could be called spiritual pilgrimages. Could you tell us about that?
Yeah. Well, the world is a very special place, and different places have different kinds of energy bases. And so what we do is go on these, what I call spiritual scavenger hunts around the world. I've been to Egypt over 20 times now. I have been to Machu Picchu and Bali and all kinds of exciting places, and each one just resonates within your soul in a different way, but all really contribute to your growth. And so taking people on these journeys are very important.
Wonderful. Well, I want the people to know, if they want to check you out, they can go to heatherharder.com. That's www.heatherharder is HARDER.com. And you can check out more. The website has got a lot of great information. So is there some idea or that you'd like to leave the viewing audience with?
Well, just that they're more than what they imagine, and you can be greater than what you can believe. So it's just really important to open yourself up to your greatness and recognize that the universe is in place to help you be successful. We sometimes forget that when all the little life challenges hit us.
Right. All of the universe conspires to support you to live a peaceful, joyful, happy life. I buy that.
Conspires for your success.
That's wonderful. I just appreciate you being on the show. I find your work fascinating. And again, I invite the viewing audience to go to www.heatherharder.com to check out more of your information. So thank you so much, Heather, for joining us on Spirituality Rocks.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you very much.
You bet. Bye now. So I want to take a second and I want to talk to you about my new and improved affirmation cards. You can send a self-addressed envelope to Post Office Box 472 in Woodbury, New York. We will send you these for free. What they do, they're intended to empower you on your spiritual journey. So I'd like to read one of them to you. This one is called I Am Divinely Guided. I listen to the still small voice that is a knowing that speaks from the spirit within. It may speak as an idea, an impression, a feeling, an inspiration, or a sense of well-being. I think clearly, I act wisely, and I'm prospered in all I do. I acknowledge the divine intervention in my life with an attitude of gratitude, and so it is. Amen. Alrighty then. We're going to be back with Dr. Michael Posner, whose book is called Well Adjusted. He's going to teach us some Tai Chi. We're going to talk to him about nutrition a little bit, and it's going to be fantastic. So stay tuned for more of Spirituality Rocks.
I think this is a good time to tell you. You're doing okay, Mom. I can call you Mom, right? I know we haven't known each other very long, but you seem like a real keeper. You're not perfect. There was that strained carrots incident, but you're trying. You pick up my bottle every time I toss it out of my stroller. That's high comedy to an 8-month-old. You hum the Barber of Seville when you wash my hair. So cool. And your rub-downs are out of this world. Anyway, I want you to know how much I appreciate you. You know, right? How much I love you? You're doing okay, Mom.
So this little old lady, she comes over to me and she goes, "You're never going to be successful unless you follow Jesus." I said, "I would follow Jesus, but I can't walk on water." "And by successful, you mean mounted to a cross? Because he nailed it." "Why aren't any of you laughing?"
Because we're watching MadHouseTV.com.
Shannon Gates is the #1 fence provider on Long Island, with the most inventory in stock, including vinyl, chain link, and aluminum. Gates offers a custom powder-coated system that prevents rust throughout the life of the fence. We carry fence tools to the trade. We even stock wood, rail, and glass hardware as well. Shannon Gates has our very own patented locking system. The next time you need fencing of any sort, both commercial and private, give Shannon Gates a call at 631-392-4330. You can also visit our website at shannongatesinc.com. Shannon Gates is the #1 fence provider on Long Island, with the most inventory in stock, including vinyl, chain link, and aluminum. Gates offers a custom powder-coated system that prevents rust throughout the life of the fence. We carry fence tools to the trade. We even stock wood, rail, and glass hardware as well. Shannon Gates has our very own patented locking system. The next time you need fencing of any sort, both commercial and private, give Shannon Gates a call at 631-392-4330. You can also visit our website at shannongatesinc.com.
Let our creativity work for you. We design business cards, brochures, annual reports, newsletters and magazines, menus and programs, flyers and mailers, signs and posters, and more. We also do voiceovers. First impressions matter. Make yours count with an expressive voice artist. Distinctive, warm, soothing, natural delivery that can add believability and appeal to any audio project. Contact us to discuss how we can make your project a success. Sierra Graphics. That's info@sierragraphics.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Mealy from Madhouse TV, and when I'm not at the studio, I'm here at the Harrison Law Group. This is my real job. And this January 2015, Brett and I are putting together a show called Legal Straight Talk. It'll be aired on Cablevision as well as here at Madhouse TV. You need to tune in. This information that we're going to be giving the public is the real deal. It's all about what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So tune in this January 2015 for a new episode of Legal Straight Talk. Hi,
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn?
Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure.
You'll be happy you did.
Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh. I made the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds, like supermarket. Made the donuts. Time to make the donuts. But up to 52 varieties. The donuts. Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, up to 52 varieties, fresh day and night. No supermarket can say. Time to make the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh. I made the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds, like supermarket. Made the donuts. Time to make the donuts. But up to 52 varieties. The donuts. Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, up to 52 varieties, fresh.
We're going to do a live commercial. Hi, I'm Renee Marie. I'm the president of Language of Love Incorporated Foundation. I'm really happy to tell you that we're going to be doing a Language of Love telethon on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please look for the location on my website, ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And the show will be hosted on the Madhouse TV. It really is important for you to be aware of strokes and aphasia. Strokes is the third leading cause of death in America and the first leading cause of disability. And it really is something that plays no favoritism. And it also really comes when you're not expecting. Nobody expects to have a stroke, and nobody expects to suffer from aphasia, and it really does make a huge impact in your life and change your life in one split second. So we look forward to having everyone join us once again on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can follow us on ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. Once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And we look forward to seeing you. God bless.
Welcome back to Spirituality Rocks. I'm your host, Janine Burns, with another fantastic episode. And with me now is Dr. Michael Posner. He is a chiropractor in the town of Huntington, Long Island, New York. He's written a book with a title called Well Adjusted. Clever title, right? And in the book, there are so many things. The book covers every topic that you can manage, from spiritual, mental, emotional, to physical. Welcome to the show, Dr. Michael Posner.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you again. So today we're focusing upon Tai Chi. What is Tai Chi?
Well, loosely translated, Tai Chi means the grand ultimate energy, or the grand ultimate exercise. It's all about Qi, or life force energy, or soul. Many words describe what it is. And in the ancient Tao philosophy, they say that we come from the Wu Qi, which is the unspeakable.
Okay.
In the Tao Te Ching, they say that the God that could be named is not the ultimate. You cannot use words. I'm loosely saying it. They don't speak about the ultimate force of the universe, but the next thing they do speak about is the Tai Chi and the Yin and Yang. And the combination of the Yin and Yang, all things in the universe are based on opposing forces. We have up and down, left and right, good and bad. So if we just had on and off, then those forces would cancel each other out. So we need something to balance that. And that balancing force is the Tai Chi. So actually, Tai Chi is a cosmic dance in a sense because we're imitating the circularity of all life where there's no end. And the Tai Chi is the balancing force between the yin and yang. So when we move our bodies, we're always shifting back and forth, empty and full, and we're doing circularity. So it's attuning us to the cosmology of the universe.
Okay, so it's a technique then that we use to have a greater physical connection to the creative power of the universe. Is this, am I understanding you correctly?
Yes. So the Tao believes that we come from exploding stars.
Okay.
And that cosmic dust floats through the universe.
Oh.
And when it comes onto a planet, it creates oceans and mountains and trees and soil. So we are made of exactly the same elements as an exploding star. So we have the macrocosm and we have the microcosm. And our connection is through the Tai Chi. Mm-hmm. So that's how it works. So we're actually connecting with our essence when we practice Tai Chi.
And so you're apparently a master of Tai Chi.
Some people say so.
Okay. How did you ever get involved with it to begin with? I mean, you're a chiropractor. That has to do with aligning the body systems. How'd you get involved with Tai Chi then?
Well, many years ago, I studied karate, Korean karate, and my teacher, after I got my black belt, told me that I was out of karate and now I was in Tai Chi because I was too tense. I used to walk around with my shoulders up to my ears, and I thought I was relaxed. And then one day I was practicing Tai Chi and my shoulders just dropped, and I was like astounded that he was correct because I thought he wasn't. And then I started to learn about non-resistance. Because Tai Chi is an art of not using force against force, but rather yielding to force. So they say that 4 ounces of energy can deflect 2,000 pounds of force coming at you. So instead of resisting a force, you just gently push it away. And it also about like non-resisting in your body, so you let go. So if somebody was going to hit me here, I would just yield to that force. So it's sort of like a heavy bag. If you push it, it goes and it doesn't break because it's not absorbing the force. So now if you take that same concept out of the physical realm and you apply it to your psyche and your emotional life, it teaches you that in many ways we resist our life and we fight change. And so it taught me to let go, not only physically, but also emotionally.
So there's a technique that you use physically that can support your emotional growth and development.
Absolutely. It's very profound in that sense. Because, it's much harder to relax your body than it is to say to somebody, oh, just let go of that emotion. People can't do that so easy.
Right,
you have to learn how to do that.
Well, your self-talk gets involved, your ego mind, and it takes and recirculates an idea and over, and I coulda, shoulda, woulda, and why didn't I do this and that?
Exactly.
So, yeah, your self-talk can get you stuck. And so you're saying that the more disciplined becomes the body with this technique of Tai Chi, that you can in fact learn to emotionally let go and release?
Absolutely, and a lot of it's released about letting go of the emotions. The Chinese believe that your emotions are stored in your organs. So one of the things we do is we smile a lot internally to our organs, because when you heal your organs, it's easy to let go of your emotions because there's a direct relationship. So the essential energy of our emotions, according to the Chinese, is stored in our organs. For example, the gallbladder and liver is anger, and the opposite would be gentleness. So when you find yourself angry, you want to cultivate gentleness to neutralize the anger. And then we have the stomach, spleen, pancreas, stomach, and spleen, which is worry. And we try to be fair and balanced when we worry a lot. Our heart is impatience and arrogance. That would be the negative emotion. And of course, love and compassion is great to heal anything, of course. And then in the lungs, we have sadness and depression, and we create righteousness to balance that out. And then we have the kidneys in the back, and bladder, which fear comes from. So we let go of that through gentleness. So there's a lot of internal connections to connect universal energies through the body because everything is one. It's all about energy.
Okay.
And so Tai Chi is also about developing your energy. Like, for example, we think about oil and gas and electric, how are we going to save it? But what about our life force energy? No one thinks about that. You know, the Tao says that we're born with a certain amount of life force energy in the beginning, and all we do is make withdrawals out of that energy bank. But we also need to make deposits so that we don't get old and broken. So Tai Chi is a way to balance, move energy, and also to build it and store it so that you have it for later use.
And so you're going to demonstrate it in just a little while. And so I guess anybody can do Tai Chi?
As long as you can move your body, anybody can do Tai Chi.
Is there a particular method or routine that is done in the process?
Good question. Yes. This system has 13 moves. They call the 13 ancient postures. And particularly this style is called Tai Chi Qigong. And that means breath control and hard work. So a lot of what the system is based on is body alignment, breath control, and mental focus. And by doing that, you can learn to relax because your breathing and your center of gravity, which is when it's very high, is typical of a stressed out person. In Tai Chi, as I'll show you later, we sink our Chi into the navel level, and therefore we get balanced and we get connected to the earth energy and to the heaven energy. So the heavenly energy comes in through the top of the head, and the earth energy comes in through the bottom of our feet, and we're sort of like the middle person in that. So our goal is to absorb more Chi from the universe. Just like a tree absorbs sunlight, we can learn to absorb more life force energy. And that's a critical aspect.
What if someone has a physical infirmity? There's, they have an injured knee, or they have a broken foot, or,
Well, see, Tai Chi is an internal art. So yes, we do go through something called a form, but form is formality. And once you learn the principles, you could be doing it sitting, you could be doing it standing. I always teach my students, I say, when you're at Walbaum's or at your health food store and you're standing on line, stand in the Tai Chi posture. Focus on your breath. Focus on your center. Because that's what Tai Chi really is about. It's not about the form. That's just formality.
What's the Tai Chi posture? Show it to us.
Okay.
And then we're going to take a commercial break and you'll show us a whole routine.
Okay, so first we start with our feet shoulder width apart. And we keep our knees bent to the tips of our toes. And then we sit in to, this is called the kwa, which is like the hip joints. And we relax that joint. The next crucial part is the solar plexus. So you want to drop all the energy from your chest downward. So you relax the solar plexus. Then we straighten out our spine. As you can see from the side, my spine is very straight. We drop our chin to our chest, and we relax our neck to straighten that out. So now you're kind of like an energy rod coming from the heavens right to the earth. Your spine and your bones just transmit the energy into the earth. So now I could let go of all my muscles, and my bones are holding me up. Because muscles really aren't that necessary for your structure. They just help you maintain your position, but your bones are the strength. And this is kind of a bone exercise. Bones make red and white blood cells, so they're very important to exercise, to keep all the calcium and all the minerals in your bones to prevent osteoporosis. So Tai Chi is very, very good for building energy, building strength, keeping your nervous system flowing, keeping your energy flowing, relaxing your muscles, and letting go of stress.
Fantastic. Very good. Alrighty, we're going to take a brief commercial break. We're going to come back and you're going to show us a specific routine, and we'll learn more about Tai Chi. Stay tuned for more of Spirituality Rocks.
You're watching MadhouseTV.com.
You know you already want a Toyota, but when you want more from your Toyota store, you want Smithtown Toyota, where every Toyota comes with Smithtown Toyota's Toyota for Life program, giving you lifetime New York State inspections, lifetime 10% discounts on all parts and service, 2 years of complimentary oil changes, 2 years of scheduled maintenance, and more, all at no cost to you, plus low clear-out deals on every Toyota in stock. Get more from your Toyota store. Hurry to Smithtown Toyota.
We're going to do a live commercial. Hi, I'm Renee Marie. I'm the president of Language of Love Incorporated Foundation. I'm really happy to tell you that we're going to be doing a Language of Love telethon on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please look for the location on my website, ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And the show will be hosted on the Madhouse TV. It really is important for you to be aware of strokes and aphasia. Strokes is the third leading cause of death in America and the first leading cause of disability. And it really is something that plays no favoritism. And it also really comes when you're not expecting. Nobody expects to have a stroke, and nobody expects to suffer from aphasia, and it really does make a huge impact in your life and change your life in one split second. So we look forward to having everyone join us once again on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you could follow us on ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. Once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And we look forward to seeing you. God bless.
Welcome back to Spirituality Rocks. I'm your host, Janine Burns. Glad that you're with us for another episode. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook at Spirituality Rocks. We have a group and a page. Please like us. And if you want to see some fantastic past episodes, go to www.spiritualityrockstv.com. A little housekeeping. I just want to say thanks again to the Reverend Dr. Jacqueline Trish Atkins for the most fantastic Gold Rush Women's Conference that was held in Chicago this past weekend. I had the opportunity to speak, and the whole conference was so empowering, so nourishing and supportive, and just a wonderful opportunity to expand our consciousness. So thank you, Reverend Jackie. Mark your calendars for next year. It's going to be April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in Chicago, Illinois. And next week on Spirituality Rocks, I have joining me via Skype from the island of Jamaica, the Reverend Dr. Sheila McKeithen, a fantastic and inspiring truth teacher. She's the recently installed president of the Universal Foundation for a Better Living. So do check us out next week on Spirituality Rocks. And don't forget, we're cruising in consciousness. If you check out newthought.org, you'll find out more information about the cruise with the affiliated New Thought Network. And we're going to Cozumel on April 16th through the 20th. And a shout out and a thank you to the Reverend Karen Giganti and the Reverend Kathy Caputo for doing a fantastic episode of Spirituality Rocks last week with Harry Morgan Moses. Always a great guest. Harry is at www.newthought.com. Okay, we've got the housekeeping aside. In the studio with me is Dr. Michael Posner. He's a chiropractor from Huntington. He is teaching us about Tai Chi. He's written this book called Well Adjusted, A Journey of Transformation from Body, Mind, and Spirit. This book is incredibly comprehensive. It's got a lot of information in here. There is a whole chapter on creating balance and harmony through the Universal Healing Tao. And so what Michael is going to be doing right now is teaching us some specific technique, or actually showing us. He already taught us the beginning posture. So I'm going to send it over to you, Michael, and show us some Tai Chi.
Okay. So when you perform Tai Chi, it's very important to maintain the posture at all times. You could do this anywhere, anytime, standing up, sitting down. So the first thing we do is we press gently into our feet and we bend our knees to the tips of our toes. We relax again into the hip muscles here. Relax the chest so that you feel a hollowness in the solar plexus region. Straighten your spine out by moving back and forth, keeping your hand on your back, like that. And once you feel that straight, bring your palms to the side. And the key here is to maintain this alignment throughout all of the movements. And we perform this like a ballet dance where we move very, very slowly, coming up to the shoulders, pulling the scapula back and pressing the palms out. Now in this, you want to pay attention to your breathing and keeping your center of gravity very low down and maintaining the body alignment throughout all the movements. As you can see, you need some balance, and the key thing is to move the body as a unit. It's sort of like having four-wheel drive, so that when you strike, because this is a martial art, every muscle and your bone alignment goes into that force. So it's very powerful. And of course, always smile.
So this is a fluid motion you're doing.
That's correct.
Of different postures, if you will.
Exactly. It's a simple concept. And it helps people who have issues with balance tremendously. It stimulates the circulation and the lymphatic flow, so it helps your immunity and strengthens your structure so that your bones don't get brittle as you age. And of course, it's extremely relaxing. I hope that the viewers feel the energy. Now, of course, you're not going to learn all these moves today, but the point, if you just do the posture correctly, you will get tremendous value. And we do these movements to each direction of the universe because each direction gives you energy to a different organ. And there's actually 5 directions, north, south, east, and west, and the middle, which is the earth energy, which balances all the directions.
I see.
And we do this bilateral as well, so we balance our body.
You mean you do both sides equally so that there's a balance?
Exactly.
Okay.
Today I'm just going to do one side for the
Are
sake
you
of...
moving energy with your hands? Is that your intention?
Oh, I feel a lot of energy flowing through my body. This activates your energy flow.
Okay.
And you keep your body in this kind of alignment, and you keep all the joints open. The energy flows unimpeded, and it feels very euphoric.
You have a sense of euphoria doing this.
Oh, yes. So now I would usually do the other side, but for the sake of brevity, I'm going to end it.
Well, yeah, and we want to be able to see everything you're doing here. And so what are you thinking? Are you visualizing? Is you thinking certain things while you're doing it?
I'm not thinking anything. I'm just being in the moment.
Okay.
It's a fantastic method for being present in the moment. And actually my mind completely turns off, and I just go into a flow, and I don't think, I just feel relaxation.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And that's the way it is.
Fantastic. How long did it take you to learn that?
I've taught people to learn this in 1 hour, and I've had people who don't practice and it takes 3 years. So it's truly how much effort and attention you put into it. But it's really simple to learn, and it takes many years to refine it.
Is this something you do every day?
Yes. And I try to live it. It's not like I have to do the form all the time. It's about living it, as I was saying before. When I brush my teeth, when I do my hair, when I'm standing online, I'm practicing. And people sometimes say, sorry to keep you waiting. And I said, I'm not waiting. I'm just being. I'm here. I'm enjoying myself by practicing. So it's a mental, conscious presence activity where it helps you to be in the now.
That's wonderful, because then when you're in the now, you're out of judgments. Your mind is at peace.
That's correct.
You're open and receptive to divine ideas. You can feel the energy of love. So being in that moment is huge. It's wonderful. Well, thank you for showing us that fantastic technique. I want to tell the people your web address. It is www.huntingtonchiropractor.com, huntingtonchiropractor.com. And also your wife Lois is a registered nurse. She's a licensed massage therapist, and she's working with you in the practice as well.
Yes, and she also is an avid Tai Chi practitioner.
Oh, is she?
Meditator.
Oh, indeed. Oh, yes. Wonderful. And I know you really do holistic work, sort of like functional medicine. That's what's been called functional medicine these days.
That's correct.
Yeah, fantastic. And in your book, it's pretty amazing to me how this book has so much information in one little volume. It's fantastic. How long did it take you to write this? I'm curious.
Well, about 2 years. You know, it's my story, kind of. These are the things that I did myself to transform my mind, body, and spirit. And I had so much success that I had to share it. You know, when you find something that works so great, you must share it, because it really healed me in my emotions and in my body and in my mind.
Where can people go to learn how to do Tai Chi?
Well, there are many schools of Tai Chi, and you know, I particularly do what's called the Healing Tao.
Okay, I don't mean to interrupt, but I just got the cue. We got to wrap it up. How can they find them on the internet? They just Google Tai Chi?
Yes.
Universal
TAI, Healing Tao System. The
Universal Healing Tao System. All right. Listen, a big shout out. I want to thank Tommy Moore and Janine Zarelli, my producers, TV studio owners. Thank you so much. We film live from the Madhouse TV studios in Deer Park, Long Island. Don't forget, next week, the Reverend Sheila McKeithen. That show is going to be a true rock. Thank you so much for joining me this week on Spirituality Rocks. See you next time.